Hello and welcome back to Cartoon Rewind, Tiny Toon Adventures, Part 8. And we'll start with episode 29, entitled Rainy Days. The animation is on par with shows from this time period, but it is much lower than what I've come to expect from Tiny Toon Adventures. A lot of the times the mouth movements don't seem to match up, and a lot of the detail that's usually there is absent. And the characters look like they're made out of rubber a lot of the times. So for the animation, I give it a 6.5. For the music, it's a 10. Nice uses of classical music. A lot of it has stuff that has appeared in previous episodes. They're always able to find a way to have the music match up perfectly with what's happening on screen. For the plot of Rainy Days, it follows 3 stories. The first story has Buster spending the day at Montana Max's house because Montana Max is such a terrible person, he has to hire people in order for them to hang out with him. So he ends up hiring Buster, who after putting up with Montana Max's abuse ends up taking matters into his own hands. The second story follows Babs as she uses her imagination to make mundane things like cleaning up your room or taking a bath exciting, and results in a number of parodies. And the third story has Buster and Babs going up against the villain Gotcha Grabmore, who's trying to take defenseless animals and sell their furs. In this episode, Buster and Babs pretty much do all the heavy lifting comedically, and they are very entertaining. Buster gets his fair share of moments to shine, and so does Babs. For characters, it's 7.5. And for overall enjoyment, I have to give this episode a 7.5. I probably wouldn't put it on my top Tiny Toons episodes of all time, but it's definitely one I would watch again. And now for episode 30, Fields of Honey. The animation starts off not looking very good. It actually looks pretty bad. But after about 5 minutes, it improves drastically. It's like one production company animated the first few minutes. It's like one production company animated the episode, but then they did such a bad job that the episode had to be reanimated by somebody else, but they ran out of time. so they couldn't animate the entire episode, which brings down which would have been a near perfect episode. So for animation, I have to give it a 6.5. The music is a 10 as usual. The plot, Babs is feeling lonely that she doesn't have a mentor like a lot of the other characters until she finds until she discovers a classic Warner Brothers character, Honey, and goes on a quest to show people how great Honey is, all while being guided by a mysterious voice that tells her if she builds it, they will watch. So the episode is a fun little parody on Field of Dreams. For plot, it's 8.5. Characters, Buster and Plucky get some good moments, but the standout is Babs. She has to carry the episode from start to finish, and she does a very good job. As well as also introducing people to some more obscure Warner Brothers characters like Bosco and Honey. So for characters, it's an 8. And for overall enjoyment, I have to give it an 8 out of 10. If it wasn't for the sloppy animation at the start, this would have been easily near perfect. This episode also goes great with another future episode that involves classic Warner Bros. Cartoon characters from the 1920s. And now, episode 31, Sawdust and Toonsil. The animation. The animation is pretty good. The characters stay on model, and they resemble what they're supposed to look like. And there isn't an overuse of squash and stretch. And the characters are appealing to look at. So I'd give animation a 7.5. For the music, it's a 10. The plot of this episode is that Buster, Plucky, and Babs are helping Dodo break some of his Wacky Land pals out of a circus that they had been forced to be forced into. I give the plot given an 8. For the characters, Buster, Babs, Plucky, and Dodo all have, and Go-Go Dodo all have moments to shine. And this is one of the few episodes that really puts Go-Go Dodo in the spotlight. So for characters, I have given an 8. And for overall enjoyment, I have to give this episode an 8. Well, until next time, see ya.